Welcome back, Thunder fans, NBA lovers, subscribers. Hey, look, even Spurs fans. I'm gonna unwrap this game 4 hammering, yeah, I'll let you know how I feel about it, mate. I can't say that it was my favourite game of the series, but look, we started just a little bit better than game 3. That was obviously a 15-0 demoralising start, but we somehow come back from that. Game 4, I hit his first 4 one-hand float runners, and he had our first 8 points, and it was pretty neck and neck. But then they went on to make I think it was a 16-0 run in the end of the first quarter, and they ended the first quarter with a pretty handy 7 or 8 point lead, I think it was. We cut it back a little bit. I think we went on a 7-0 run, but they controlled it. The Spurs controlled it. Completely demoralised us, honestly. Like their defence, and it wasn't just Wemby-driven defence. Obviously, Wemby had the paint cover, but their perimeter defence was outstanding. Dylan Harper looks like he's gotten a bit better from his injury, and he looked a lot more nimble than he did in game 3. Vassell and Castle were just hounding everyone. SGA could not get any rhythm going. They completely short-circuited us from the perimeter. It wasn't Wemby outside. Wemby did well too, don't get me wrong, but their perimeter defense really blew us away, and that's a kind of taste for our own medicine kind of thing, because that's what we do, man. We've got that all these all NBA perimeter defenders that normally just run right and disrupt the opposition's offense, and that happened up to us big time, man. It was deadly, man. Our bench was anemic, man. Like, just ridiculous shooting. McCain, Jay Will, they were on fire game 3. What was Jay? McCain was like 1 of 10, I think. Jay Will was 1 of 7. Wiggins was 2 of 11 or something. Like, it was the bench shooting was just atrocious. I mean, look, the starters, not defending our starters. The starters didn't do a whole lot better, man. Like, SJ was 6 of 15 or something with 7 assists. Iheart probably shot the best. Chet had 10 points, 9 boards. Like, it was an anemic offense, and that was just completely there. That was a case of defense. Wins championships, defense wins games. Man, their defense just completely dominated us in every aspect. Perimeter, inside. Like, we got blocked inside. Wemby blocking shots. Cornette was blocking shots. Castle blocking shots, and oh man, it was just unreal, man. Like, their defense just demoralised us, short-circuited our offense. And we had no answer, man. We trailed by 15 points, 20 points, 25 points, like the largest lead of the series. Went to the Spurs, obviously, in this match. I'm not sure what the end score was 20-odd. Kenrich Williams came on and hit a couple of threes, and he was probably our best bench player, in kind of trash time. Isaiah Joe showed a little bit of heart and stuff, but obviously nothing near, what we need to get over the line. But props to them, man. Their defense just turned the screws on us, man, and just made us look like absolute weaklings on the road. Chet said, I watched the post game. Chet said they looked like a team whose last was their last game, man. Their life was on the line, and it was. And we looked like this bunch of casuals, not direct, not decisive, just letting their defense dictate us. We didn't match their physicality, their intensity, nothing really. Made a couple small runs, but this was never really a contest. Probably after the first quarter, maybe. I don't think we had really much of a contest sort of halfway through the second. This was kind of didn't look like it was in the cards. It didn't look like we were going to mount any kind of comeback. We couldn't establish anything down low. Our perimeter shooting was sickening. I can't even remember what it was. It was absolutely filthy. 70 points that we got for the bench in game 3 turned into 30 odd. 73 went to 32 maybe this game. So it just nothing clicked. That was the worst case scenario. Our offense and shooting stunk it up whilst their defense just turned the screws on us. And look, there's nothing we could do. We're too old, man. It's the best of 3, man. This is anyone's championship, anyone's Western Conference for the taking, man. 2 games in OKC, 1 game in San Antonio. Oof. Stress levels are real. The only thing that didn't kill my stress levels was the fact that this game wasn't close. You kind of knew the outcome, I'd say, pretty early on in this one, which is sad. You don't want a conference final being a blowout. And this was just that. It was an absolute blowout. Wemby had a great game. What did he finish with? 33 points, 8 rebounds. He had a few assists, 3 blocks. He had a great game. I think Vassell and Castle had 10 or 12 each. Fox had 12. He looked better too. He did look a little bit ginger. I noticed him limping, hobbling around a little bit on the ankle, but I'm not sure. I think every game he gets through, he's probably going to get a little bit stronger. Rehab these days is insane. So the Spurs are looking better. Like I said, Dylan Harper's defense looks really good. He looked a lot more nimble than he did in game 3. So that definitely helped them crank up the pressure on the perimeter. They didn't get too much from their bench either, but I don't know. All in all, they shot a lot better. They were more aggressive. Any foul calls they got, they deserved. Really, no one can really complain too much about the refs either way in this match. That was quite well officiated. This match, I don't think there was a whole lot of calls that were, worth looking at or anything like that, or even discussing. The umpiring, or refereeing, I should say, was nothing. Shouldn't be in the media today. It was all about the Spurs defense, and they were very good today. They killed us, man. You can't really say anything else. So anyone's series, man. Best of three. Obviously, we both know both teams can win in the other team's house. For the Thunder, the Warriors, these bloody injuries. We definitely missed AJ Mitchell. Even though he hasn't been scoring a whole lot this series, he's still been a very reliable ball handler and be able to probe defenses and stuff like that. He did it more so in the previous two series, but this series he was just starting to kind of get a little bit of grip into it. But at least ball handling was still relatively solid, and we've missed that. Jared McCain isn't the same, doesn't have that same level of ball handling ability and penetrating ability. He can score, but he didn't today. Jeez, McCain, I love the guy, but he had a real stinker today. But yeah, we definitely missed AJ Mitchell and obviously J-Dub. Now, I'm bloody hoping to God that one of those two is back for Game 5. I'm actually kind of thinking that if J-Dub's on the fence, man, this is the game we got to bring him back. We need him, man. There's not a whole lot of point. I mean, obviously, you're looking at the player's welfare. You want to keep his welfare, have that first and foremost. But if he's kind of a 50-50 game time decision, you almost have to play, man. There's no point in resting him for the finals. We might not make the finals, man. And even if we do make the finals and get out of this series, if there's a series we won't need him for, it's probably to take on the Knicks. The Knicks are up 3-0. That series is done and dusted, I'm pretty sure. No team, 0 out of 164 attempts of 0-3 comebacks in NBA history. That's not going to happen, with this Cavs team and the way the Knicks are rolling, they won 10 in a row. So, like J-Dub, if he's not ready now, then we're probably not progressing past the Spurs if we don't get Mitchell or J-Dub back for Game 5. To be honest with you, Game 5 could very well decide this series. Whoever takes a 3-2 lead often wins, I think, 65% of the time in NBA history historically. So it's an enormous game. It's probably the biggest game a lot of these players have played in, especially for the Spurs. The Thunder have played some seriously big playoff games the last couple of years. We went obviously Game 7 in the NBA Finals against the Indiana Pacers, and we had Game 7 in the second round against the Nuggets. And, we trailed both of those series, 0-1 and 2-1. So, very serious implications here, man, this Game 5. I think the Thunder obviously experience could ring through. Hopefully will ring through. I would have leaned on their depth, but now it's seriously being challenged by these mounting injuries. I seriously hope someone's good to go for Game 5. We're in trouble, man, if we've got no AJ or J-Dub, honestly. We don't have the ball handler off the bench. I would probably look at Casey Wallace, man, maybe starting him, leaving him on the bench and starting, I don't know, maybe starting J-Mac or something like that, and just keep Case on to come off the bench as that ball handler. Or otherwise, we're just not going to be able to have J-Dub, not going to be able to have SGA or Case Wallace off at the same time ever. That they're going to have to control the offense and do a lot of the ball handling. They're both very solid, obviously. Lou Dort has gone missing offensively, man. He's still playing his solid D. But Lou Dort, he can barely throw in the ocean, man. I'm not sure what he scored. I think he might have either scored 2 or 4 today. He's good. I think he's gone scoreless a couple of games. He's really gone missing. He was the ultimate 3-and-D, especially last year's playoffs. He really bobbed up, and don't think we would have gotten past the Nuggets if it wasn't for some of his heroics, especially in Game 5. He was a monster of he was dropping 3-point bombs in the clutch. He's gone just disappeared. So look, the key to... Look, you got to tip your hat to the Spurs. They demoralised us pretty much in every facet of the game. I've got no defence for that. I'm not going to say the whinge about the refs or anything like that. They beat us fair and square. It's 2-2, man. Best of 3. Keys to this next game, man. For the Spurs, Wemby's got to get back in the paint. They need to keep that aggression going defensively, especially on the perimeter. Wemby's got the interior and the paint covered, so don't worry about that. He's bringing that, but they got to keep those Castles and Vassell's, active on the perimeter. That's really hurting us. So if they keep that aggression up, they're going to be well in a good stance for this Game 5. And for the Thunder, man, we need to penetrate. We need to spread the floor. We need to bloody make some 3 balls, for crying out loud. But we need to stretch the floor and get Wemby out and in some uncomfortable positions, get Chet hopefully involved in the offense, even if it's just 3 balls and he's not inside. Just get him in something, man. We can't have him. He was all NBA third team just announced, Chet Holmgren. He can't have him scoring 8 to 10 points a game. It's not enough, man. He needs to impact the game, or if not offensively, then defensively. He needs to get in this game more. No J-Dub probably in this game, but no J-Dub at the moment. He's our number 2 man. He needs to lift, and he hasn't really done that yet. Obviously, he's going up against the monster in Wemby, but Chet needs to lift and do something, man. We need him, man. We need people. This is where legends are born right now. Game 5, Western Conference Finals. Legends are born right now. People need to stand up, and this is when you create a legend. Yeah, look, I'm gonna say I hope Thunder come with that bloody defensive storm. Their perimeter defense is also a key, and they haven't really applied it as well as they have in previous series over the last couple of years. They haven't really turned the screws on. They did in the first couple of games, and Castle turned the ball over, but they haven't had that same just avalanche effect of steals and fast breaks, steals, fast breaks. It hasn't really happened, and they need one of those games. They need some easy points on the break, and they need to disrupt the Spurs offense, stop them from getting inside to Wemby, and just create some chaos, man. And we need Dort to lift. We need Caruso to be his just best defensive role player that he's ever been, and we need Cason Wallace to be hawking as well. And SGA needs to lift defensively too. I'm not letting you off the hook either, SGA. But we've got to get to our spots. SGA's got to get to his mid-range, get to his spots, and he's got to light up 25 points, man. And he's going to need to go 25 and 10 assists or 9 assists or something like that for us to get over the line here, man. The stakes are high, man. After the previous game, we went up 2-1, and I looked how good our bench was playing. I would have thought, yep, we're winning game 4, and this series is, we're going to have a stranglehold. But now the Spurs completely just knocked us on our ass, and it's looking very deadly, man. It's 2-2. We're going at least to game 6. Most people are saying we're going 7 here. Geez, I tell you what, man, the stress levels are going to be very, very high over the next 6 to 7 days. My goodness, but oh man, I'll say Thunder up, man. I'm never going to lose faith in this team of ours, man. We've got a back-to-back league MVP. We've got a very deep team. We're going home. We've got to drill some threes, man. If we can hit some perimeter threes, get some easy buckets from defense, we can take this out. But we've got to limit Wemby. We've got to match their intensity and aggression, and we didn't do that today. Clearly, Game 5. Everything on the line. Like, you've got a 75% chance of this next game deciding the series, and I believe the championship. I don't think the Knicks will beat either of these teams unless these injuries keep mounting, which they are. So the longer this series goes at the moment, man, you got Fox limping, you got actually Dylan Harper's looking good, but you got Fox limping, you got AJ Mitchell and J-Dub potentially no shows. The Knicks could be sitting there going, hello baby, let's go, let's keep this 10-game winning streak, let's get it to 14 and get a title, man. Let's go. Let's see what happens, guys. Thunder up. I'm staying positive. I'm staying optimistic, but I know there's a couple more heart attacks coming away, but hopefully not heartbreak. Let's go, guys. Thanks for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. Any comments you make from the States, I love it, guys. Please let me know how much you like my commentary if you do. If you hate it, I've got a couple of people giving me, a couple of Spurs fans getting on my back, giving me grief, hawking my videos. Go for it, man. The more views and comments I get, man, the better, guys. So I'll take positive and negative. Thunder fans, Spurs fans, whoever, man. Chuck a comment on there, man. Troll me, give me crap. I don't care. Thunder up, guys. And till the day I die, Thunder up. Let's go.